Hey guys, I want to talk to you about one of the worst trades you can make, and a lot of people are making it right now, and they probably don't even know that they're making it. Well, they probably know, they probably just don't know how bad it is. So, this is where people trade time for money, and then money for stock, and a lot of times it's done automatically, comes right out of your paycheck, goes into your 401k, and you don't even know what stocks it's going into or how much of it you own. This is kind of a self feedback loop, if you will. The stocks cost 4 times more than they did 25 years ago because everybody pours their money into it, and wages have barely kept up with inflation. So even though you're working the same number of hours, the amount of money that you're having to pour into the stock market to buy the same amount of shares is now 4 times as much. So you're working like 4 times harder than you did 25 years ago to buy the same number of shares. Meanwhile, the price of a house has doubled. So again, you got to work about twice as hard to pay for a house as well. Cash doesn't hold its value in a savings account. You know, you put it in there, you pull it out later and try to buy something with it. It's lost its purchasing power. So you have to put it somewhere. You can't let it sit around in cash. The problem is, because everybody is forced into assets, it drives a ton of money into the stock market that isn't supported by the fundamentals. You know, you look at the price to earnings index, which tells you how much money a company is making and then how much it costs. So traditionally, this would be like 20 times earnings would be the price. And right now it's like 40 times. So stocks are super, super, super expensive right now, and probably not a good place to put your money. And then the other way to argue that as well, they've gone up so much. You know, hey, it's probably a great place to put your money because look at how much they've gone up. You don't buy things when they're overly expensive and overboiled. You buy them when they're on sale. Houses right now are on sale when paid for in any asset other than human labor, because the only thing that's more on sale than a house is human labor. So, how do you win? Kind of a tough problem. This is how you win. Knowing that the dollar is losing purchasing power, you can sell it short. You just have to borrow it today while it still has some purchasing power and pay it back later when it has less purchasing power. And you have to find ways to make money